Welcome back, everybody, to another Season 2 matchup. This time it is between Tidal and Cloud9, probably the most hyped matchup of the season. I have Con co-casting with me.
What's going on, everybody?
You know, it's got to be me and the duo casting this game. There's no way that we are not covering this game right now. But
It's got to be like that, you know.
yeah, you know it has to be. But let's go and look at the lineups for tonight's game. On the side of Tidal, we got Shaq, Deadpool, AK, Icy's, Resp, Debo, and Onky.
So I'm actually surprised that even though I know Resp is like one of the newer guys, he's making his name, and he's making his name in a big way. But I was almost curious that I was going to see Cheesecake in your guys' lineup tonight, only because I know Cheesecake's blocking is like very good. And I know K9 could really make a disturbance in the pocket.
So now moving on to the K9 lineup, we got Jipper, Dupe Mean, Vanilla, Cam, Chicken Fat, Lizard, and Chicken.
I mean, there's only so much you could say about this lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the same people that we've seen before. I mean, very high-powered team. I mean, defensively, it's strong. Offensively, it's strong. It's probably one of the best all-around team game has ever seen, and it's been like that for a while.
This team right here is a force. They've always been a force ever since the early days of like PSI, you know, when the team started merging and all that stuff.
And even before then, everybody besides Vanilla was already like in talks with being in the conversation with other teams, like Lizard originally being on 6-7, Chicken and Jipper, Dupe Mean, Chicken Fat. Chicken Fat was actually a big prospect for 6-7 way back in the day.
Yeah, I know Cam went through the ringer. He was on BBC, and then he started making a name for himself, shooting up the ranks all the way up to WLG, and then landing his spot on K9. And then Jipper, you know, Wizards, never forget. And then Vanilla is another player who just grinded and made a name for himself and is making huge plays when his team needs it the most.
So let's go over a couple of the things. So standings, we have the Celestial and Dark Matter divisions, Tidal and K9 both sitting atop of those. Alien actually doing rather well. Alien and Goon Squad both doing really well in Celestial, while next team down from K9 and Dark Matter was Aztecs, and they looked good at the beginning, but they're kind of falling off.
So I know Goon Squad and False Idols and one more team, I can't remember, have just received free wins by the forfeiting the season from Kingsman. And then Aztecs winning over Hunt. They have a bye week this week. So.
And K9 is going to get the ball first. Chicken going to be on the return. Let's see if he can get good field position for his team. Oh, actually it's before the 30, so decent coverage on that kick return. As we see the title keys to the game in the bottom left hand of your screen. Tidal does not want to let K9 set the pace. Like if you just let Jipper and them dictate how you're gonna run your offense, it's gonna be very tough for you guys to really score a lot. Like that's what Tidal is known for, scoring a lot and then being able to hold on to that lead. But with K9, I think they have to come at it a little bit differently, playing a little bit more conservatively, not necessarily with the run game, but during passing. We see dangerous passes coming out from Shaq as Jipper throws to that right side, finding Dupe Mean. Dupe Mean makes 2 miss, trying to get a spin move, stepping back, not getting it quite to the 50. But
so like both of these teams are like crazy powerhouse when it comes to scoring on offense, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to end up turning into like who could do better on defense.
Yep. As the K9 keys to the game are basically, once you want to win that line battle versus Tidal, because that's, if you win there, you're going to be set. As Chicken Fat goes deep downfield, can he get him? No, he just slightly overthrows Chicken Fat. There was a man there on the coverage, but both were just out of reach of that one. And the clock management, K9 has been very good at managing the clock and forcing teams to really think about how they want to run their offense. While Doopmean getting the catch over AK, he got behind him, and now they're inside the 10.
Yeah, Doopmean is one of the receivers you don't want him to get behind, because he's not going to give you that leverage back. He's going to hold that leverage on you the whole time, and Jipper's going to be able to put the ball up and over him no matter what.
Jipper, quick pass out to Doopmean. Doopmean dives in for the touchdown.
So it looks like K9 is coming into this game kind of like, okay, let's target Duke because AK's on Duke, right? And it looks like they're trying to get Duke in AK's head early to make AK play off his game. So hopefully AK can like keep his mental and just know that like, all right, I just got to do the same thing on offense. That's all it is.
Looks like they want to return right, but they're not leaving that many options for Ices. They set up the blocks too early, trying to go to that right side. They needed to go towards the center more and then move their blocks towards that right.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, special teams defense right there was good. They both stopped them before the 30.
Jack taking the run early, 3-yard gain on that play.
And right there on that play, the gap was there. Shaq was able to, shoot through the gap pretty easily.
Jack has a lot of room on that right side, going to take another run, getting 10 yards. So it looks like they want to just set up their offense first. They don't want to go for anything big right now, trying to make sure that they're in their own zone and not focusing on what K9 is doing. Jack has plenty of time. Gonna go deep downfield, but the lurk is there. But Deadpool gonna come up with it. Vanilla coming over from the center of the field to try and get on that coverage.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what Bond does. He's so sneaky back there, and he could just randomly sneak up behind that receiver.
And going for the end zone just over the head of Deadpool.
That was a very, very tight window. Shaq puts it just over Deadpool's head. Unfortunate.
Now, with a chip block rolling out to his left, he has room to run. He's going to try to take it. Getting 7 yards, so it is going to be a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 is very manageable, especially with like how good the line is. They get one good block and that's it.
Quick pass out to Deadpool, but he's not able to pick up the first. So now, very dangerous situation for Tidal if they turn this ball over.
So this is a very big 4th down play.
Good push from Debo across the center of the field. He finds AK to get him a new set of downs.
I believe AK hit a nice out to in and left him open in the middle of the field.
Now that gives Shaq some options. Looking for the run, but they close down on him. No lanes for him to get through.
2nd and 7.
Jack making the run, stepping back. Possibly looking for something in the end zone. He might just want to throw this one away. She does.
See, that right there, what I just seen is like something that you wouldn't see from Shaq like a long time ago. On 2nd down, he would try to force something, but he played it smart. He throws it away. He gets that reset.
And they send a leak play center of the field, but that is picked off by Vanilla. He throws it behind.
It was a good look. Deadpool had he had the step. It was unfortunate. Deadpool had just slid and Shaq put it a little bit behind his receiver.
Now they're controlling Jipper, but... Oh, and he's picked off right back! Deadpool getting the ball back!
That's huge for Tidal. Deadpool was like, you know what? I'll get the ball back, and we'll put this right back in our game. We just got to make sure we score now.
Yeah, they were doing a good job at driving down the field to the very last plays of that drive. And Shaq getting a huge run for this one, getting it all the way to the 30.
17 yards on the first play after getting the ball back. That's all you want. That's all you want. You want to just keep taking those yards, dive, get as much more as you could.
Shaq faking the run, having to drop back. Going deep downfield towards the end zone. He has a man, but just slightly overthrown for AK.
Both of these post routes that Shaq has thrown has just been like just a little short by the marker each time. If he gets this like down a little bit, it's going to be a tough night for K9 if he starts hitting these passes.
Shaq trying to stay in the pocket. Man behind him. Can he see him? Throws this one away. 4 people out in the coverage there. I think they were double teaming AK. If they're double teaming AK, I think I might try to look for Deadpool. It kind of seems like he's been feeling himself for this first part of the game.
I mean, coming up with an interception definitely gives him like.
And he is going to go for him. And he does have him.
Perfect, like streak route. Got literally right behind Cam, and then just like blocked him the whole way. He said, "You're not getting this outside leverage," and just like that, they tie this game right up. So let's see if Tidal did their special teams like scouting and see if they're going to kick to Bond, which they do not. They kick to Jipper. This is a smart play by Tidal. You don't want to kick to a person who's like just coming off a 3 kick return game.
Looks like they tried to do what Tidal was going to do with Icy, setting up on that left side. But it doesn't seem to work out. So both the special teams coverage has just been outstanding so far. As there's pressure on Jipper, he gets it away to Doopmean, who gets 9 yards on the play. That was very dangerous for Jipper right there.
Yeah, that was a good awareness by Doopmean. He seen his quarterback was in trouble. He came back down, helped him out. Got 9-yard gain.
Yeah, and that wasn't even like bad blocking by K9. That was really good blocking, but it was just the Tidal line was able to just break through.
Yeah, it's the pressure, you know. Sometimes like if it's just too much, there ends up like breaking, but they get the first down and they keep this drive going and going and going.
Jipper, oh, he just gets it away again, but that's a pick.
Yeah,
AK and Icy's both behind Deadpool, and he throws it over the top.
So Icy was hanging out in his deep safety spot. And I don't know if Jipper must have not seen him, but Dude ended up like losing the leverage to AK, and then they both lost the leverage to Icy because he was chilling back there.
Well, let's see what Shaq and company decide to do here. So they're rolling out. Gonna go deep downfield.
No.
Luckily overthrown, but I don't know what Shaq was thinking there.
Both of these quarterbacks need to just take a deep breath and realize what kind of defense is being played right now. They know that the big passes are coming, so they're just having a guy sit over the top at all times.
Good comeback from AK. But yeah, that with that previous throw Shaq tried to do as he rolls out to his left, he has plenty of time in the pocket and gets one to Icy's, but that overthrow before, with how good K9 switches are, you cannot afford to throw wild passes like that.
No, absolutely not. You never want to do that against players that like could basically read what the quarterback is doing at all time. If they see the quarterback look one way, they're like, okay, I know this quarterback's throwing it. I'm going to switch immediately.
Yeah, and as we see Shaq going back into the more conservative play, getting the comebacks, getting the runs, setting his offense up again before trying to go for that deep ball.
So Shaq and Tidal just need to keep getting it, like, just little yards every single play. I mean, it's 2nd and 6. If they could get another 3 yards or 4,
And
but they get the
Ices
first
gets
down.
that grab. But what I want to see K9 do to try and force Tidal to make plays, I would be sending Jipper to get pressure on Shaq, because Shaq can get flustered in the moment if he's under a lot of pressure, and then he'll try to force throws.
So Icy was basically the third blocker on that play, and this man just boxed his guy out. Shaq was able to go up that sideline free because Icy had one of the greatest blocks probably in the game so far.
Shaq rolling out to his right. Can he find the edge? No, Cam gonna block off that lane.
So here we go. Last time Tidal was in this red zone, they had trouble scoring, so hopefully they could score in this red zone this time.
And he has room, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Debo lead blocking for his quarterback to get up behind him and score that touchdown. Gives them that 1 touchdown lead, making it 14-7 Tidal. And Tidal's in a good spot right now. They get the ball in the second half. So, I mean, the game is in their hands at this point.
Skipper going to be on the return. This is the first return past the 30. Setting up at the 34. So 2 minutes, 29 seconds left to go in this half. K9 definitely want to score here. Otherwise, Tidal can really drain that clock.
Smart throwaway by Jipper. He's seen that he really didn't have anything. His receivers didn't get that much separation. He goes, you know what? Let me just get this to the next down and reset.
Jipper dropping back, going center of the field. He finds Vanilla on that good in route.
That was a great catch by Bond. Great catch by Bond. It was a little bit out of his radius to stay on his feet. He knew that, made a diving play.
Jipper got good blocks there, and he gets it out to Dootmean.
So just like I was saying earlier, they knew that Tidal was playing deep safety. Now they're playing their in routes. They're getting their comebacks because they don't have any chance of throwing over the top when you got someone playing 15 yards off coverage.
Oh, and Rest gets through, but he doesn't make the tackle. And Cam gets the catch, trying to make some moves, but he doesn't get any further. Getting a 15-yard gain, moving the chains to a 1st and 10 on the 33.
So we want to see Tidal make a switch to this defense now that Jipper is just chipping away at their defense.
And he's going to go end zone. He has the man. Dootmean catching it over Ices for the score. And Cloud9 are 1 point away from tying this game right back up.
So Dootmean with his second touchdown of the game. I mean, he put it in a spot where Doot he knew that he could just win that ball. It was still like a 50 in a sense, but when it comes to Doot against Icy, you probably got him a little bit more than anybody else.
Ices brings it out to the 29. So, but with 1:39 in Tidal getting the ball back in the second half, I believe, if Tidal can even get in range for a field goal, that would be huge for them.
Yeah, so they have a lot of time. This is a lot of time, especially in the game of Gridiron. You could drive down this field in one play like it's nothing. So if they could go down and score or even get a field goal, getting the ball back, they're in a good spot to go up double digits.
Yeah, and that was a good run from Shaq there. He was patient, looking for the pass, and then he saw the lane and took it. And he takes another lane again, getting another 9 yards. But I don't think Tidal will go for a field goal. I think they believe the touchdown would be more important, getting it right before halftime. Even if it's a pick, I think they would rather try for that than get the field goal, even though it would give you that 1 possession lead.
See, now, if it was against any other team, I would agree, right? But when it comes to K9, you know how fast the scoring could be, right? So you want to put up as many points as you possibly can.
Oh, I can't believe that was not an interception. Dootmean had undercut that route, but I think he went more for the body block than trying to get the interception. If he angles his dive just a bit differently, that's a pick.
Yeah, my heart just dropped for Tidal right there. Doot, I don't know if he sold the bag or I don't know what happened, but I mean, they were able to complete the pass and get away with a free one right there. So
now Deadpool takes it out of bounds with 40 seconds left to go. So I think Tidal should probably take a couple of seconds off the clock here. So that way, if the ball is turned over, K9 does not have the chance to put up any more points.
yeah, so we'll probably start seeing them use like their timeout soon on the K9 side of the ball because like especially in this tight of a game, you know, you're playing for points.
Jack going end zone, he's forcing it and he finds Ices.
That was a needle. That was a needle. He put that right through two defenders on the spot. Icy able to come up with a huge catch to take this lead right before half. Tidal's gonna have to come out of this this kick return and show some good defense to make sure that they can't get any points.
Yeah, they can't get hype right now because like Dipper and Dootmean and Vanilla and Cam can drive down the field very, very quickly.
Yeah, so that's a good special teams tackle right there, putting them behind the 25-yard line.
Dipper being forced back, throwing this one quickly. Vanilla not able to toe drag that one in.
So 17 seconds left. They want to at least take a shot at the end zone. They want to be around that 50-yard line.
Dipper getting pushed back again. He misses the dive. Dootmean making the grab, so they are in 50 range with 10 seconds left to go.
So that's the trust. That's the trust between the quarterback and receiver.
Back showing outside blitz. As they try to cut on the inside. Jipper trying to be able to get step forward, but Anki is there. They are out of 50 range. So this should just be a three-man. Trying to not allow Jipper to step up too much. And that is going to be halftime.
So that was very close. It was like milliseconds away from being a catch and out of bounds.
And very, very similar stats for Jipper and Shaq. Both getting just under 200. Shaq with 169. Jipper with 190. 11 for 17 and 12 for 17 respectively. Jipper's mainly been focusing Dootmean throughout the game. While as Shaq has been spraying the ball around more, focusing more on Deadpool.
Yeah.
And
so
2 picks Tidal has gotten so far. So that's been the difference maker right now.
Yeah, the turnovers and also the running. So Shaq has 97 rushing yards already. I mean, that's a huge difference between the two quarterbacks right now. The line is giving Shaq a lane to just go right through and keep going with those yards.
And Tidal is going to use their first pause of the game. I said a minute and a half for the original halftime, but didn't think both teams wanted it. But I guess they need a little bit more. So this is first pause coming from Tidal, I believe.
Yeah, so they're all set. They're ready to go.
Yeah. But Tidal only has 2 more pauses that they are allowed to use.
So right here, coming from Tidal, okay, this is like the biggest drive of the game right here. Yep. To go up by 2 possessions, no matter what the cost is, they need to put points on this board.
Good blocking. He gets it to the 31. And so this time they did not kick to Ices. Back rushing for another 2 yards, getting a 2nd and 8. So I'm wondering what Shaq's gonna do, because I know Shaq a little bit. I think he wants to try for a big play right now. I know he knows he probably shouldn't, and his team is probably telling him he shouldn't try to go for something huge right now, but
Yeah.
I know
Shaq,
he wants to.
yeah, Shaq is one of those quarterbacks that likes the big play, right? But when it comes to games like this, you want to save your big plays for when they're absolutely needed, right? So you don't
Yes.
want to go for anything too crazy. You want to play conservative. You want to take what you have and, get the job done.
And they're already on a 4th and 4, so this is a big 4th down for both teams. Jack dropping back center of the field. He finds Deadpool, getting the first down.
Nice route combinations from Shaq. Jipper didn't know what in route he should take because he had Icy doing it in on the right side and then Deadpool doing it in on the left side.
Shaq getting another 10 yards on the run, so Shaq with 109 rushing yards so far. Really controlling that ground game.
The line for Tidal is really showing that they could block for the pass and for the run.
Oh, and Lizard able to get back up after getting pancaked to get the tackle. I believe that counted as a sack.
Let's see here. Yeah, Lizard's at 2 sacks now on the game.
Jack. He looked towards AK, but it's going to look for Icy's now. He saw AK got the slide behind Doopmean, but Doopmean did adjust.
So putting them at 3rd and 1, they have a lot of options here. K9 comes out in the new traditional run stopper, that 4-3 defense.
And going towards AK, but Doopmean's going to get the interception over him.
That's
and
the
that
last
is
thing you want to do.
That's really great for K9, being able to stop that drive from producing any points at all.
Yeah, that's really tough on Tidal. Not only that, but you gave the interception to what I believe is the most hype player in the game when he starts getting active, and he gave that pick to Doopmean.
And Jipper escapes the pressure, getting some time, but Debo gonna get the sack.
So when you start targeting Doot on defense and he starts getting active, he starts turning into a different animal.
Good chip block. Gets it out to Doopmean. Doopmean gets the first down, trying to make some moves around the players. Getting a little bit of yak.
Yeah, and here it starts.
So I wonder if they want to try to move Shaq over towards the right side. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do. As Jipper gets that ball out to Vanilla, where Shaq will be covering more of the under, while AK covers more of the top. Just trying to make Jipper to throw to somebody else. As Jipper tries to get a run there, but Debo getting straight through and getting another sack on Jipper.
Yeah, so Tidal's playing this contain against the run very, very well. I mean, they have Jipper in this pocket at all times. He's not really able to extend the play with his feet, which is one of Jipper's key things.
Jipper throws this one away. Not too many times we see throwaways from Jipper.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't have to when you have the receivers that he has. He's able to put it up. But in this game, every receiver on this field, almost in the same skill bracket as each other.
Goes for that comeback and he finds Cam. Deadpool, I think, tried to get that dive just to get in front of him and hopefully get a pick where he played a little bit more suicide defense, but that did allow Cam to get the first down. And Onky getting through. Tidal line has been really stepping it up as the game has been progressing.
Aki just split that line and was able to get right through and hit Jipper, putting him at 2nd and 23. That's huge, especially when they're getting within their 50.
And deep downfield, can he get his man? And he does! He has Cam in the end zone to bring the game within 1.
And this is why you don't want to turn the ball over.
And they're going for 2.
Going for 2.
Quick pass, and they have it. They take the lead.
The good old-fashioned sandwich. Throw it to your guys, pinch them in, and it's all or nothing.
So now K9 are trying to force Tidal into taking those 2-point conversions.
Yeah, because now Tidal has to play into K9's hand. If it was a like game where it was a tie, you know, Tidal could play how they want to play. But now K9 has a lead, so it puts more pressure on Tidal to get something done.
Jack finding some room, trying to get towards that edge. He steps out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. Jack, with some time, finds Deadpool. Deadpool getting some room, and he dives forward, getting it past the 40.
Yeah, that's a great play from Shaq and Deadpool right there. A little weak side comeback to get 20 yards. I mean, that's just perfect, especially at this point.
Jack dropping back, center of the field. Deadpool again. In that Deadpool Cam matchup, I think Deadpool has the advantage there. So if Shaq wants to try for another end zone shot, he might look for Deadpool.
Good awareness by Shaq. He's seen the 4-man, and he instantly told Deadpool, "Hey, do it in route. It'd be open."
Yep, and he is targeting that Deadpool Cam coverage. This one should probably be a run. And he doesn't really have that much room that he could find. I think he was a little bit too hesitant. He tried to keep making these moves back and forth, which only allowed the outside blitz to come and get him. And Shaq gonna get sacked by Chicken Fat, and K9 line stepping up this time to force a 3rd and 15.
So 3rd and 15 right here is very hard because you want to either A, stay centered just in case you get sacked again to put it in 4th down.
And Chicken Fat again! Getting Shaq from behind. And now 4th and 16.
And they're going for the field goal.
They're going for the field goal. And that is the end of the quarter. So that wasn't a timeout, that was end of quarter. I don't think a quarter ending glitches it. But they have to be a little bit careful here. I don't know if it's perfectly lined up. Oh, and they just get it away.
So Chicken Fat ended up getting through the gap, but the dive messed him up. He almost came up with a huge play to keep K9 in the lead, but just by a miracle, they were able to get that kick off and score and go up by 2.
And this also, that field goal actually also forces K9 to go for another 2-point conversion.
Yeah, so not only does it do that, but it puts the pressure on K9 that they have to score, you know, because now they don't have the lead. So every single drive has to be a scoring drive from these guys.
Because Tidal can just get to, oh, and Doopmean bringing it all the way up to 3rd and 1. But because Tidal can get to 30 points with just a touchdown, even without like a 2-point conversion or a PAT attempt, as Doopmean gets some room, he might look for that edge if they get a good enough blocking. 2 pushes on Deadpool. And Doopmean almost gets it into the end zone as he brings it all the way down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for K9.
And that was from the lineman doing a streak and everybody overcommitting on the lineman. Meanwhile, Duke is just hanging out at the beginning of the play, and Jipper throws it to him.
Jipper quick to Doopmean. Doopmean not able to get anything past.
All right, so
3rd and goal. They are not lined up for a field goal. They would have to really adjust to get that one in if they want to take the lead back, unless they are just trying to go for the end zone.
So it looks like Jipper is.
Quick pass. He finds Doopmean, but he doesn't get into the end zone again.
So they're lining up to score this.
Yeah, they have to. There's not a good enough angle to try a field goal. Quick pass out to the left. It isn't picked off by Deadpool, but in dangerous areas for Shaq. He's gonna have to throw this one quick or find a lane to run through.
Yeah, Deadpool came up really huge there, undercutting that route. Jipper couldn't put it over him. But it puts them in a tough position for Tidal right now.
Shaq does find a little bit room up the center. So now he can drop back just a little bit, but it's still dangerous territory. They're taking their time.
K9's lined up in this 4-3 defense to cut off the gap.
And Shaq gets the first down again.
So Shaq, realizing that they were in the 4-3 off the 4-3 defense, and was able to take the outside right lane and get that first down, and just is ticking that clock away.
And Shaq looking for some room again, as there was a little bit of desync there. I noticed as Chicken Fat looked like he had gotten by, but it showed that he got pushed back.
So Tidal's line is showing where the dominance is right now, and it's coming in the run game. The run game is there for Shaq, and he's able to take like yards after yards because they are getting the blocks on the line.
Shaq pushed back. He has to throw this one quickly. He finds Ices, who's wide open. And I think Vanilla and Doomeen both wanted to cover AK to make sure he couldn't throw that deep down the field.
Getting another first down. They're ticking away this time. They're playing their game. They just got to make sure they get down this field and push them in deep.
Yeah, I think on this drive, you can't afford to not take points. You need at least another field goal. It's like K9, we know they can score a touchdown and take the lead off that, but if you allow K9 enough time to just get a field goal to take the lead, that's way too much to ask for.
It's too risky right now, especially with how like these teams are so
Shaq
much
patient,
of a force.
but he's not gonna be able to get that first down, so it's a 3rd and 1. And neither team seems to be crumbling. They're both playing their hearts out.
I'm almost curious if we see a fake run from Shaq and he hits his receiver over the top.
And they stop the run up the middle. 4th and 1.
This is going to be the biggest play for Tidal.
Shaq should not try to take a run here unless it's he finds an open lane. Blitz. Oh, a fake blitz coming out from Jipper.
Everything looks boxed.
Arm punt, and he finds AK for the first down.
Everything for the first 10 seconds of that play looked like it was absolutely boxed by everything on K9's defense. And Shaq was able to put a crazy throw across the field to AK over Dootmean.
And Shaq gets that run for 2 yards. And K9, I believe, took their first time out of the game with 43 seconds left. If Shaq gets another first down, I believe that is game over. 3rd and 5, 40 seconds. Although Shaq may have picked the play a little bit too quickly there. I don't know if K9 called a timeout or
yeah,
if
they called a timeout. They called a timeout.
Quick pass! End zone,
no.
And that stops the clock. So 4th and 5. They're not lined up, so they have to go for it.
Yeah, so K9 played that really well. They faked like they were going to blitz him, forced Shaq in the passing, and Shaq wasn't able to put that onto Icy's head.
Yeah, they tried to go for the dagger, but it wasn't there. And he has Icy's, but it's turned over!
So Icy wanted to make a play on the ball and just barely missed the first down. 31 seconds with a couple timeouts.
Yeah, 31 seconds. Plenty of time for K9 to go down and win this game. Quick pass there. But it's just over the heads of both AK and Dootmean. 26 seconds left to go in the game.
If I was Tidal here, I would literally be double teaming Dootmean. You double team that guy. Don't even give him a chance.
I don't think you... Oh, and a sack coming from Anki. Huge. Time ticking away. I don't think there's any more timeouts. So 18 seconds. If they catch it down the field, they have to get out of bounds.
If I'm not mistaken, I think K9 has one timeout.
Jipper almost steps out of the back of the end zone. Moonball towards the sideline. And AK is going to seal the game for Tidal.
AK just got the walk-off pick. I mean, he let up a few touchdowns to Dootmean, but for him to get that last pick and end the game like that, that's a huge confidence booster for him. And congrats to AK on putting on a nice play right there at the end of the game.
And that is going to be the end of the game as Tidal takes the win 24-22 in probably the game of the season.
That was a great game. Both teams played very well, and both teams were taking away from like each team's weaknesses, right? So Jipper was taking away from like Tidal's weaknesses by like cutting up the middle of the field because they had to play over the top on their receivers, and Shaq was putting on a clinic running this ball down K9's throat.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think what really decided that game, like the line pressure on Jipper was really good, and that forced Jipper to do more of comebacks rather than trying to get the ball downfield to Duke mean. But it was just like, I think that one unforced error throw from Jipper that allowed a pick and Tidal being able to take the lead, and them basically not relinquishing the lead until the third quarter,
yeah,
and then Tidal lining up for a field goal, getting that lead back, and then that forced K9 just to play into their hands. They knew what K9 was going to have to do, but very dangerous at the end of the game as the pass was caught and the turnover just happens. It was a yard short.
yeah. So, that stat obviously doesn't come up on the score sheet, right? But that right there, it gives K9 a chance. It's a turnover, They were able to get a fourth down stop in a big moment. And like as a player, especially when you have the ball in your hands and you just barely miss that first down, it's crushing. And for them to come out on defense after that and literally like put the pressure on K9 and like overcome like that mistake is huge by them.
Yeah, I think one of the big differences in the game, it was the line. But I think for player of the game, I have to give that to Deadpool.
Deadpool played very well. He had 2 interceptions in huge moments. Huge moments. He had the interception to get the ball back for Tidal to go and score and take the lead, right? And then he had the interception right on the goal line on a like insane play. You would think you want to take the points to get the lead, but instead you go for the touchdown. And Deadpool said, definitely not. And he gets the interception. He also had a touchdown. And to top it off, the cherry on top of the cake, 160 yards on 10 receptions.
That game. Hey, what did I say? Line versus line.
I mean, you were absolutely right. It comes down to the battle in the trenches.
Dude, Shaq, other than that, Shaq played amazing. Other than that kind of forced ICs at the, like, I guess, in the third, Shaq played almost a flawless game. Great route calls, great running, great throws. That throw to AK at the very end was clutch.
Yeah, the throw to AK on that final drive for Tidal, or yeah, it was basically the final drive for Tidal, to keep the drive alive was insane. I mean, the crossbody, barely any leverage for your receiver, and puts it on the money was unbelievable.
But that title line, do you see like the protection Shaq got every single time? I told you, Debo, like his blocking is absolutely insane. I don't think I saw Lizard get through once unless it was like on a run.
Yeah, Debo had Lizard literally stuck at the line of scrimmage a majority of the game. And I think that is how Shaq was able to get 142 yards of rushing. He was able to literally just walk around K9's line at any time in the game, it felt like, and take the yards that are needed. And K9 would get through, but Shaq was able to just walk around in the backfield. And, they got 5 sacks, but the sacks weren't as big as like when Tidal got the sacks on Jipper for like 13 to 15 yards a sack.
Yeah, it was definitely huge. Like we saw Rest get through quite a bit. He did miss a few. Like I
A
don't. He
few,
didn't.
probably like 5 plus.
Yeah, yeah.
Anki just knew how to get past and get those sacks.
Because
To be honest,
we saw Resp in Jipper's face, but I think like there was a couple times where he could have dove, and there's a couple times where the dive just went the wrong way.
Resp going for that final Flavor Town clips over there. But
But
like no, that title line got through almost every time. Like, and Jipper had to throw those comebacks to either Doommean or Cam.
I'm gonna actually force Deadpool.
Oh my god, Deadpool went off that game, bro.
Hey, Deadpool.
Yo, what up?
Oh, so that game, huh?
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
Mark,
I mean, you basically had player of the game. You made two really good picks and a touchdown. The last drive where you did get that pick, or the second to last drive for K9 where you did get that pick on the goal line. So how are you guys trying to play when K9 is trying to get back into the game and force you guys to make some plays?
DP?
It looks like he's talking, but
Oh, never mind. Shit, he in the waiting room instead.
it looked like he was talking, but the mic wasn't like it was turning green, but it wasn't saying anything.
Try that again. Try saying something?
I think his mic died out.
Oh,
Yo,
that's
talk about
unfortunate.
Kraken here. I want to see what he was coaching.
Yeah, his mic died. We'll give him a second.
Yo, free
Alright.
the mic.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna say my goodbyes to the chat. I'm gonna say my goodbyes to you, just cause I'm gonna head up out of here. So, like everybody who watched the game, thank you for stopping by. Hope we see you guys around the next time we cast. Thank you to the players who played, and
Yo, hello?
Silver and
Hello.
Vishy, Deadpool. I'll see
He's
you
back.
guys.
See you.
Yo, so yeah, we shouldn't have given up the lead. Like we were in the driver's seat, we made silly mistakes. But so yeah, we had to come back eventually. Just kind of did our typical game plan. We took the field goal, got ahead.
I do have a
And then,
question for you.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah, so on that final, like on that pick on the screen, did you like know that was gonna happen? What were you thinking in that moment?
Well, I mean, at that point you have to play it, right? Because like they screened to Doot earlier in the match a few times. So it's like, okay, I just have to play it, right? I mean, just no reason not to. So yeah, I mean, I played it, made a good read. GG's.
GG's.
All right, so I think that's gonna be pretty much it from my end. Thank you all for coming out and watching the game. Thank you to Tidal and K9 for giving us a really good show. Thank you to Khan and Vishy for keeping company throughout this and giving in some of their insights. And I believe, yep, that's gonna be it for me. So I will see you guys on the field next time.